Welcome to Injustice Unmasked. Right now, in the wealthiest nations on Earth, there's a crisis hiding in plain sight. It lives on sidewalks, in shelters, in cars, and beneath bridges. In cities filled with billionaires, tech giants, and skyscrapers, people are sleeping in tents. This is not happening in war zones or collapsed states. It's happening in the United States, in the United Kingdom, in Australia. These are the same countries that talk about freedom, prosperity, and democracy. And yet, in their shadows, hundreds of thousands are being pushed out of homes and into survival mode. This is not just a housing problem. This is a justice problem. And today, we are unmasking it. Let's start in the United States, one of the wealthiest nations in history, home to the American dream. But for over 500,000 people, that dream is a nightmare. Los Angeles alone has more than 70,000 homeless people, entire streets lined with tents, families sleeping in vans, veterans begging for food, children doing homework on concrete floors. In San Francisco, tech money flows like water, but you'll find people living under highway overpasses just minutes from the offices of billion-dollar companies. One-bedroom apartments cost over $3,000 a month. And if you can't afford that, the street becomes your only option. In New York City, the city of opportunity, shelters are overflowing. In 2024, the city saw its biggest spike in homelessness in over a decade. People are not just falling through the cracks. They're being pushed through them. Migrants, low-income workers, families who lost just one paycheck. All are caught in a system that punishes poverty. Now, let's cross the Atlantic. In the United Kingdom, homelessness is rising faster than in decades. London, a city of palaces and financial towers, is also a city of doorways filled with sleeping bags. More than 300,000 people in England are homeless right now, many in temporary accommodations, others on the streets. The cost of living crisis, paired with austerity policies and housing shortages, has made things worse. Hostels are full, councils are overwhelmed, and private landlords, seeing rising demand, raise rents without mercy. People with jobs, with families, with histories, are priced out of their homes. In Manchester, rough sleeping has increased more than 30% in just 2 years. Cuts to mental health services, addiction support, and public housing have made recovery nearly impossible. And those who need help most are often met with police instead of care. Now let's go to Australia, a country known for its stability, growth, and high quality of life. But here too, homelessness is rising, especially among working people. In Sydney and Melbourne, housing prices have exploded. Families earning a decent income are still unable to afford a place to live. In 2024, there was a 33% increase in people working full-time, but living in their cars. These are not people who failed the system. These are people the system abandoned. Australia's homelessness isn't just a poverty issue. It's a wage and rent issue. It's an inequality issue. And in all these countries, the pattern repeats. The richer the city, the more visible the homelessness, and the more invisible the people become. Why does this happen? Let's talk about rent. In cities like San Francisco, London, Sydney, and New York, rent has outpaced income for years. Wages are flatlined, while housing costs rise like a rocket. When people are spending 50, 60, even 70% of their income just to keep a roof over their heads, one emergency, one illness, one job loss, one late payment can mean homelessness. Then there's inequality. The gap between rich and poor in these countries isn't closing, it's growing. And in that gap, people fall. Policies have been written to protect wealth, not people. Tax breaks for landlords, cuts to housing benefits, lack of rent control, and the selling off of public housing all contribute to a system that treats housing as an investment, not a human right. And then there's stigma, the myth that homeless people are lazy, addicts, criminals, that they deserve their situation. This lie is used to justify inaction. But the truth is, most homeless people want to work. Many already do. And many are just victims of rising costs, health issues, domestic violence, or systemic failure. In Australia, women over 55 are the fastest growing homeless group. In the UK, families with children are the majority of those placed in emergency housing. In the US, Nearly 1 in 5 homeless people are military veterans. These are not statistics. These are human beings, and they deserve dignity. Governments across these countries often respond with short-term fixes. Tents are cleared. People are arrested. Shelters open temporarily. But the root causes remain. You cannot police your way out of a housing crisis. You cannot sweep poverty off the street. You must deal with the system that creates it. So what does work? First, housing must be treated as a human right. That means massive investment in social housing, not just luxury condos. It means rent controls that protect tenants. It means support services that don't disappear when the budget gets tight. Second, we need to stop criminalizing homelessness. Sleeping rough is not a crime. Poverty is not a crime. We need laws that protect people, not punish them. Third, we need prevention, eviction protection, mental health services, addiction recovery, family support. Because once someone ends up on the street, getting them back into stable housing becomes 10 times harder. The solution is not mystery. We know what works. It's just a matter of political will. In Finland, a country with far less wealth than the US or UK, homelessness has nearly been eradicated. How? By giving people homes first, no conditions, then supporting them. No judgment, no punishment, just help. This model, called Housing First, has been studied, replicated, and proven. And yet, in places like Los Angeles, London, and Melbourne, it remains underfunded or ignored. Why? Because homeless people don't vote in large numbers. They don't donate to campaigns. They don't get airtime unless there's a scandal. They're easy to overlook. And in a world driven by profit and image, the people who need help most are the ones society tries hardest to hide. But we won't hide them. Not here. We will tell their stories. We will expose the injustice. We will say their names. Because society that accepts homelessness in the midst of wealth is a society that has failed. Not just failed the poor, but failed itself. The US, the UK, and Australia have the resources to end this crisis. What they lack is the courage and the compassion. This is Injustice Unmasked. And until the system changes, we'll keep speaking. Subscribe, share, and stay awake. Because homelessness in wealthy nations is not inevitable. It's a choice. And it's time we chose justice. Ask ChatGPT.